Motivation in its simplest terms is someone's willingness or desire to do something.
Everything is about motivation. There's nothing that we could do at any given point in our day that we don't have to be motivated in some degree to get done, right? So I think the first way that we get motivation is extrinsically. But when you get to high school and middle school, it has to come from within.
So the better a school can connect that to students and how that learning is going to serve them, the more engaged students are going to be, and the more likely they're going to be motivated to engage that without a lot of pushback.
That schools often aren't either aware or prepared to deal with. I think sometimes the problems linked to motivation go beyond the classroom and things that are going on in students' everyday lives.
Right? If you have a culture where failure is a bad thing, that could be unmotivating. Because I just failed, dang, I messed up. Right? But if you have a culture where failure is looked at as an opportunity for improvement, then it's a little bit different.
Every day they hear the bad news about their inner city community. They face the harsh reality of crime, gangs, and violence. But every day, these students at Gary Comer College Prep on Chicago's South Side are focused on scholarship, discipline, and honor, a perpetual pursuit of excellence.
So if you have a strong self-esteem, if you are confident in yourself, if you want something for your future and you know you're going to have it, then you're going to be motivated to engage in those things that are going to get you where you want to go. Many things affect students' motivation, including the environment, including the way teachers frame their questions. If the environment is full of distractions, it's a lot harder for a student to engage and sort of see past those distractions and learn. So the environment absolutely has an impact. The best way to motivate students is trying to capture what they're interested in and what their readiness level is for that particular activity.
You're not motivated, you're not interested, you're not engaged. It makes learning so much harder, but there are ways to kind of facilitate, motivation.
So if teachers understand the backgrounds of their students, the cultures of their students, and what their students want in their future lives, it's going to be a lot easier to craft out learning experiences.
It's very necessary that you think about the particular student that you're working with at the time, because something that might not discourage one might discourage another. And as a teacher, you have to have the ability to kind of be a gauge and almost a temperature check for the students in the room. So at different times, different days, different hours of the day, students might come in and there are so many things that have affected them at that particular point.
Everything I was learning could affect my life or could be useful to me in some way. So I would always try to make personal connections between what I was learning and my life and how I could help my community and how I could help, my family and the work that I wanted to do.
You'll have that teacher that piques their curiosity and they want to know more and they look forward to going to that class because they know that teacher is going to engage them the entire period. One way to kill motivation for students is to make it seem like what I'm about to teach is not important to me. If I turn that around and I walk in to say, I'm going to teach you guys a technique that's going to help you solve almost any problem you come against in your life. Now students are interested and they're hooked, like, wait, what? There's a such thing? And they see how excited I am. They're going to want to engage. They're going to want to know what my secret is to solving problems. There is a belief that sort of tough love or maybe taking a negative approach will motivate students. So if a student is not getting to class on time, the motivator for that is you will get a detention. So to avoid the detention, students will get to class on time. And I think intuitively people believe that.
Punishment is one of those things, or reprimanding, or giving consequences without the direct correlation to the habit or the misbehavior. So if things don't align directly, if I don't see that direct correlation, it becomes an issue. It can make you start to think, well, there's nothing I can do that's right.
But research really suggests that that's not the case. Negative solutions seldom result in positive impact over a long time.
It's necessary as teachers that we support students in a positive manner that's very specific to them. I don't want to say like, y'all just cannot write. You all just, I don't know what's going on. I taught you this and you just don't know what you're doing. This gets on my nerves. That is more of the punishment side of it, where if I'm just correcting you, if I'm just telling you like, hey, this is where you messed up. Next time, do this. Like, you got it. Everything else that you did here was correct. You were spot on. It's just you keep making the same mistake. The factors that impact motivation in the environment, family, opportunities that they have or resources, it's necessary to have some environmental motivation, whether if it's family, friends, community. They need to be there.
But if that environment is conducive to learning, if it's conducive to what is to be learned, students are going to be more engaged.
Loss, rejection, hurt, any of those kind of things can easily stop a student from being motivated. The idea of contingent means that it's specific to a certain person for a specific time. Whereas if I just say something generally to everybody, I could easily not take that for me, you know? So it's very necessary to make sure as a teacher that you discern the room that you have, or you check the temperature to see who might be feeling a little bit down today, or who might need some extra motivation in this moment to assist them, because they need it in this particular moment. So let's give it to them so they could get there, because they might be able to give it to someone else and give it to someone else, right? Can catch on.